Hello everyone, welcome to the ITLS Academy. Today we are going to discuss another topic in the series of FSSAI water analysis. FSSAI water analysis. So the topic that we are going to discuss is lipolytic plate count. So first of all, we have to discuss that what is this lipolytic plate count are. So in lipolytic count, generally what we are going to do, we are going to determine the bacteria, determine the number of bacteria which are hydrolyzed or break the fat or lipids. Okay, basically here what we have to do, we have a sample. Now what we have a sample, we have a water as a sample. Now in water what we are going to do, we are going to determine that is there any bacteria are present which have a capability to break down the fat or lipids. Okay, so this is known as a lipolytic plate count. What we have to do, we have to determine the bacteria which are responsible for the breakdown of the fat. Now let's start the lecture. The first slide is about the introduction slide. Okay, so basically lipolytic plate count are what? Lipolytic plate count are simply we determine the bacteria which have a capability to break the fat present in a sample. Okay, you can choose any sample, like you can choose water as a sample or you can choose food as a sample. So here we have a sample, water, we have what we choose is a water as a sample. Now this lipolytic bacteria have a capability, uh, they will hydrolyze the dry glycerides, and when the triglycerides are hydrolyzed, it is occurred due to the production of some extracellular lipases, and the genera or species of the genera which are responsible for the breakdown of the fat, they are called, they are Altermonas, Flavobacteria, Micrococcus, Staphylococcus or Pseudomonas. They are the species of the bacteria which are responsible for the breakdown of the fat. Now see what is written here. Lipolytic bacteria are able to hydrolyze the triglycerides. Triglyceride due to the production of extracellular lipases. When these triglycerides are hydrolyzed, this will occur due to the production of this extracellular lipases, and the species in the genera like Altermonas, Flavobacterium, Micrococcus, Staphylococcus and Pseudomonas, they are a lipolytic bacteria. Now come to the next slide, that is your principle of this experiment. Now here we use the media that is your tributylene agar. This is a very similar to the nutrient agar media, but along with it we also added this tributylene. It is used for the enumeration of the lipolytic organisms. The number of the lipolytic calculated from the number of the colony, sorry, the number of the lipolytic microorganisms per milliliter of a sample is calculated from the number of the colonies with the clearing zone from a selected dilution. Here again we perform a serial dilution. After serial dilution, what we have to do? We have to do a plating, and in plating we choose a selected selected dilution. With the help of that selected dilution, we perform our experiment, and we calculated that number of that lipolytic microorganisms per milliliter, and it is calculated by the number of colonies which are present in a clearing zone. Okay, so this is of the principle of this experiment. Now the next is your culture media. Here we uses a two culture media. One is your tributylene agar, which I already told you, that is a simple nutrient agar media, but here a tributylene are added, and the second media, that is your cotton strength ringer solution. Now first of all, what is this culture media are? So simply culture media is what? It is a food of the microorganisms. Food of the microorganisms. We all know that for the growth and development of the microorganisms, they required a nutrient, and this culture media provide the nutrient to the microorganisms for their growth and development. This culture media provide the nutrient for the growth and development of the bacteria, or you can say that microorganisms, not the especially bacteria, but the microorganisms. Okay, so the culture media that we are use is tributylene agar. That is your nutrient agar along with the tributylene and a quarter strength ringer solution. So first of all, we are going to discuss the composition of nutrient, sorry, nutrient agar with tributylene. Now here we uses agar, sodium chloride, yeast extract, and peptone, and this is your tributylene. Now this composition is for the 1 liter. So for agar we require a 15 gram per liter. Sodium chloride will be required 5 gram per liter. Yeast extract will be required 3 gram per liter. Peptone will be required 5 gram per liter, and tributylene will be required 5 gram per liter. So this is a composition of the tributylene agar. Again, what we have to do, we have to maintain its pH, and pH will be 7.4 plus minus 2. Sorry, 0.2. Just a minute. pH 7.4 plus minus 0.2. Then after that, we have to perform a sterilization at 121 degrees Celsius temperature and 15 psi pressure. After that, our culture media is sterilized. Now the next media is your quarter strength ringer solution. Now see the composition of this quarter strength ringer solution. It required sodium chloride 2.25 gram per liter. Then we required a potassium chloride, that is your 0.105 gram per liter. Then we required a calcium chloride, hexahydrate 0.12 gram per liter. Then we required a sodium bicarbonate, and the amount is 0.05 gram per liter. After that, what we have to do, we have to maintain its pH, and the pH will be 7.0. Then after that, we have to sterilize it at 121 degrees Celsius temperature, 15 psi pressure for 15 minutes. This Tributylene agar will be sterile at 121 degrees Celsius temperature, 15 psi pressure for 20 minutes. Now, after sterilization of the quarter strength Ringer solution, what we have to do? We have to store at below 8 degrees Celsius for 7 days. Okay, you can store it for 7 days. Suppose that if you prepare this quarter strength Ringer solution today, then you can use it within a 7 days. So this is about the culture media and the composition of that culture media. After that, the next step is your procedure. So first of all, procedure, what we have to do? We have to sterilize the laminar airflow with the help of this 70% of ethanol, and then we switch on the UV light for 20 minutes. After that, we perform our experiment. Now, what we have to do? First of all, we have to disinfect or sterilize the surface at which our sample are present. Either it is bottle, pouch, cup, or anything. With the help of that 70% of the ethanol. After that, we mix it properly, like we shake it vigorously so that it will achieve a uniform distribution. After that, we perform a serial dilution. In a serial dilution, we take a 6 test tube in which we added a 99 ml of water in each test tube, and then we take a 1 ml with the help of the sterile micropipette. Then we transfer 1 ml sample to the first test tube in which the 9 ml distilled water are already present, and we mix it very properly. After mixing it, we take a 1 ml from the first test tube and then again added into a second test tube. Then second to third, third to fourth, fourth to fifth, and fifth to sixth. This is called a serial dilution. And how we perform that serial dilution, the video related to this are already uploaded in our account. You can visit our YouTube channel and see that video. After that, we perform our plating. That is your, either we perform a pour plate method or we perform a spreading. Okay, now what we have to do? We take a petri plate, in a petri plate we added our sample. Then after addition of the sample, we add our media and we leave it for the solidification. When it is solidified, we put it into a incubator and it will be put into the incubator in a inward direction. Now see what is written here. Disinfect the surface of the bottle, pouch, cup containing sample with 70% of the ethanol. Thoroughly mix the sample by vigorous shaking to achieve a uniform distribution. Aseptically inoculate 1 ml of diluted or undiluted sample by using a sterile pipette. See, sterile pipettes are very important, because if you are using a contaminated pipette, then it will contaminate your sample and ultimately the result will be contaminated. So that's why we are using a sterile pipette into a sterile petri plate in a duplicate. Now the petri plate should be labeled with the sample number, date, and any other desired information. So the information that you think that it is very important for your experiment, you can mention it into the petri plate, but the sample number and at which date you are performing the experiment should be mentioned in your petri plate. Now after that, that is, you pour into each plate 15 to 80 ml of the molten sterile tributylene agar, whose temperature range are between 40 to 47 degree Celsius. Avoid pouring of molten medium directly onto the inoculum. Mix the media and inoculum by swirling gently clockwise and anti-clockwise so as to obtain a homogeneous distribution of the inoculum in a media. After completion of the solidification, inward the prepared plate and incubate at 30 degrees Celsius for 72 hours. Now, what is the reason behind putting the Petri plate in an inward direction? If you are not kept the Petri plate in an inward direction inside the incubator, then it will contaminate your result. That's why we are putting it in an inward direction. Then the temperature ranges around 30 degrees Celsius for 72 plus minus 3 hours. Now the next is your after specified incubation period. What we have to do, suppose that this is your after incubation, we get this thing. Now with the help of the counter plate count, we count all the colonies, even having well defined clearing zone extending at least 1 mm from the edge of the colony. After determining the colony count, report the result as a lipolytic count per ml. When we count our colony, then we represent it as a lipolytic count per ml. So this is all about the lipolytic plate count. I hope you will understand this topic, this experiment. But if you have any query related to this topic, you can freely to ask me in a comment box, or for a further detail, you can follow the ITLS Academy on different platforms. That is your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, WhatsApp and LinkedIn. And subscribe our channel on YouTube and get our app from a Google Play. You can also ask your query to the helpline number that are already mentioned in your slide. That is 7080833450. Visit our website www.itlsacademy.com. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe our channel.